You know, it's single track and it's 20 minutes away. You know what I'm saying? If it were anything other different or anything further, I wouldn't be interested at all, right? So it's just like it's just dumb coincidence that he made mention of that. But it's one of those things like I would rather go there myself, like based on everything he said, right? And because he doesn't have any pictures, right? Which makes me even less interested, right? Because not because he doesn't have a phone, but because he doesn't have any pictures, right? Which isn't that, like I said, not that big of a deal, right? But like I said, single track is cool, right? Number one, if it's local, right? So, and like I said, who you go with is all about cool, right? Because Brandon, he's not the type of person. He's not going to be as mellow as this guy here. Travis, and again, look, everybody's different. There's power in indifference. So I'm not going to sit up here and, you know, hold a grudge against Brandon because, Travis is different, right? They're both just two different people, right? But, Travis is definitely portrayed as going to be a much more mellow, much more casual writer, right? Versus someone like Brandon, right? Um, you know, and based on everything Travis has said, you know what I'm saying? It's not like going to be like an actual dedicated trail like what Brandon was, like what Brandon's into, right? We're talking about like concrete, that's the shit I would do. Like that's the kind of trails I'm interested in. Like dedicate like concrete trails, honestly. Especially if we're gonna go with a fucking friend, right? But only because like I've never been there, right? And because Travis, like he said, he's just a cool, mellow, casual dude, right? But I don't know jack shit about him, right? And I'm not gay, and I'm not like in a hurry to go out on some fucking trails with someone and be gay with someone for 2 hours. Like that's not something I look forward to. Like I don't want to just do that shit willy nilly with just anybody, right? So when Travis just like, hey man, you ready to go do like when you want to go do this? Like, dude, I don't know, because quite frankly, it's not something I look forward to doing. Personally, I'd rather do it by myself first, right? Because I want to see what it's like, right? And if I really like it, then I think we should go do it together, right? Look, I'm all into making new friends and going out, but then it's just like, oh, I want to bring I want to bring my dog too. I'm just like, okay, well, not that I have a huge issue with that, but you know what I'm saying. But but uh But anyways, but I was trying to tell him though, in terms of what bikes, you know what I'm saying? Like, so this in terms of like if I were to go, you know, this in terms of momentum, right? This would be the bike that I would go. I told him this would be the bike would take if I were to go with him. Because in terms of momentum, this is a better bike. But in terms of a safe commuter bike, this bike is more safer, right? So